Hey guys, this is going to scare here with another Guardian Tales video, and in today's video I'm talking about the new events here in Guardian Tales. So this is the first time that I've seen, since I've been playing this game, where they've made a dramatic change in the events here in this game. And if you've been playing this game for a while, you'll notice that each event they kind of bring through. They have the roadmap ones, and then they have the rift events, and then they've also had this gacha within a gacha style game in this capsule event. And this time they massively nerfed it. To the point where it's not even close to what it used to represent. They haven't had it in quite a while. It is such a worse event compared to what it used to be. You barely get attempts now. So you're getting 10 attempts every 500 stamina, 1,000 stamina. It used to be you would get like 10 attempts a day. So you would go in here and you would have all these things to do, like level up a character or do like 100 stamina or clear out a bush. All these little different things to get these attempts here in the gacha system, these coins here. You got 10 for 250 stamina, 10 I believe for pulling, and then you're getting 10 for 1,000 stamina, 1,500 stamina, and then also I believe there's 10 for your first pull on equipment as well. And I think that's really it. And then it goes all the way up to like 5,000 stamina. It's significantly worse is what I'm trying to say. And I'm kind of doing this to a little bit vent about it, but also kind of just discuss it because I'm curious where people stand on this, because I think this is kind of unprecedented when it comes to Guardian Tales territory here, and I'm wondering what people's thoughts on it are. So I just kind of want to give the history of what it used to be and talk about how this event is and see what people are talking about here in the comments, because I'm a little torn on it in my opinion, because I thought it was actually a pretty good event. I was really excited for these to come through. It was kind of a bummer that it's been a minute since one has existed, and then for now that it's back, it's like a shell of what it used to be. And so to their credit, I do want to say that I believe that they never combined one of these capsule events with a roadmap event. So they have this roadmap event here. So we're kind of double dipping on events, but one event is a significantly nerfed version of what it used to be. So that's really not a fair comparison. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that they've combined these with roadmap events in the past, because then it's just a direct, massive nerf to this event, which is a bummer in my opinion. But if we look at this event here, so you're barely getting attempts on this. And then you can look at the prize list, and it's just potentially 30 stamina or a various amount of XP, various amount of gold, and then various amount of hammers here. And in my opinion, I think the absolute best one is the middle one here. I think the gold is the way to go. I think if you're looking for hammers, you can get those through raiding, and then also you can get them through Camo Zone. And then the experience, you just get this everywhere, and there's absolutely no reason for you to directly farm it with this event, especially with how few the attempts are. I think the gold is the way to go for sure. Let me know down if you guys disagree with that, but I definitely am going to be going for gold. And then over here in the actual shells, I think there's actually quite a few good things here that are reasonably priced. The summon controllers, I think, are the thing that people are mostly going to want to look at, but I urge people to reconsider you're eventually going to get them all, but maybe what you can do is not get the summon controllers, and you can get these other things down here, because you're going to get a ton more stuff if you do that versus just 110 pull, even though it's really hard to dodge this. If I'm looking at the event, I'm going to have to calculate how many of these capsules you can possibly get, but the option change stones, this is one of the best prices I've seen for option change stones here. Option lock stones, we have legendary awakening stones, a ton of blueprints down here that are going to be really good. I think the things to dodge are probably going to be the gold and the experience. But there's a lot of things to consider here with actually buying it, and it's so expensive to get these 30 controllers, whereas you could get a ton of this stuff for the same cost. It might be worth it, not sure yet, but something to consider, especially when the character's not that good, even though, yes, you can just save those summon controllers for the next one if there's a meta-defining character coming through on the next banner here. Or you can use that on one of the other characters here in the banner, and we'll talk about this in another video on which characters probably to pull for. Looking at that compared to what it used to be, I'm getting a little off topic here, but this event compared to what it used to be is so much worse. If you're lucky, you could get gems. You can get like 2,700 gems. I think I've hit that a few times. If you did the hammer one, you could get legendary hammers or 5-star hammers, luckily, or you can even get like the 2,700 gems in that one, I believe. And then I think there's one for gold, there's one for hammers, and then there's one just like purely like gym focused. It's just, this one is just so disappointing compared to what it used to be, that it's a surprisingly high amount of nerf. It's not just like a small nerf. They completely gutted it. Not only gut what you can get, but then they gutted your attempts. So it's like a double nerf in my opinion. But then they threw a roadmap on here, and these roadmaps, looking at this one, I think it's fine. I went for the experience here. I don't really care about this stuff down here, but looking at it, if you're still farming basic characters, you could totally grab that stuff. You get some typical mileage. Down here, a ton of awakening stones you can pick up. There's hammers here. I'd probably dodge the hammers and dodge the experience. I think going down this direction here for the awakening stones is probably more valuable. But they kind of mix you up here where this is a really good place to get option change stones, but then the awakening stones, in my opinion, are significantly more valuable. So that they mix it up well, where it's like this version is more valuable down here, and you're going to dodge this, but then the option change stones are up here. So if you're using a lot of stamina, you could probably pick up both, but you really want to check out the full roadmap and see how they kind of organize it. But ton of experience you can pick up, ton of evolution stones. But the thing I really like to look at is the other stuff too, because all that other evolution stones is pretty obvious. That's one of the more valuable things you can get in this game, whereas the other things like option change stones and awakening stones, those are really good opportunities to pick up during these events. And I would really prioritize that, especially this bottom row here. I think that's really good. And if you can try to go back around, I'd probably go the hammers instead of the experience, and then pick up the option change stones and option lock stone. And then if you really want to go deep into this, or if you're farming like Nari or Future Knight, then it's obvious that you go for those. And then you can pick up the hero crystals. And then the later you go down, if you're farming these characters, then absolutely go all the way down to the mileage down here. But if you're not farming those characters and you're not spending that much stamina, then I would probably just really focus on this middle section here and get all rows, because I think all those rows are really, really good. So that's pretty much my focus on this. And the gold would be for the gotcha within a gotcha event there. But mainly, I'm curious on what you guys think about this event, on how they nerfed it so heavily. And it's kind of a bummer. This is not an event I'm going to be really looking forward to here in the future. It's so bad now that they just combined it with another event that they always run anyway. So I think that's lame. And ideally, they would get a little bit more creative and have other events as well, or change it up a bit. It seems to be that they are pretty consistent in which events they're running now. But I hope that this is not the direction they keep it. I hope they change it again. But that's just my opinion. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. And with that, guys, I'm out. Peace.